her every day on her finger.
This was the infamous ring that he had taken from her.
Saying this is the evidence that I have her. I'm guessing that ring and you were never separated for very long.
No. It makes me feel very close to her.
That's all for now. I'm Lester Holt. Thanks for joining us.
NBC News, winner of the Edward R. Murrow Award for Overall Excellence.
Remember as a kid, if you could dream it, you could do it? Well, you still can. Now during the Ford Summer Supercharged sales event. Simply lock in your order on select Ford vehicles and we'll lock in your rate. Even if rates go up before your order comes in, you're protected. That's how Ford is supercharging your summer. Now, place your order and lock in an annual percentage rate of 2.9% for 60 months on select Ford vehicles.
On our broadcast tonight, a man accused of murder has changed his plea in court. What this means for the Christopher Anderson trial. Plus, a new youth detention facility is in the works. The next hurdles it has to overcome and where it will be built. And a group of Wisconsin scientists are working to help the environment. We'll break down what could be the key to fighting climate change. Your local news starts right now.
Your local news and weather from where you live. News Watch 12 at 10 starts now.
Good evening and welcome to News Watch 12 at 10. I'm Jessica Jukich. A new Wisconsin Youth Correctional Facility is one step closer to being built. Today, the Milwaukee Common Council approved building the new youth prison. Earlier this year, Governor Tony Evers signed a $42 million bill to build the facility. The Milwaukee facility will replace the Lincoln Hills and Copper Lake facilities, which have been plagued by allegations of guards abusing prisoners. Before the city can break ground on the new youth prison, the project will have to go through public hearings and city zoning approval. This afternoon, Christopher Anderson pled guilty to the first-degree intentional homicide of Rhinelander's Hannah Miller. Miller was found dead in the town of Pelican at the end of Riverbend Road on June 30th, 2021. Anderson was expected to go to trial next week, but that will not happen. Anderson is set to appear at a sentencing hearing on Tuesday, August 23rd at 1:30 p.m. It was a gloomy day throughout the Northwoods. Chase Ropanek is tracking this weekend's storms. Chase.
Thank you, Jessica. Right now, we do have temperatures on the cooler end. Most of the area we can see in Rhinelander right now, there are temperatures in the 60s, and then we can see that, Medford and areas near that are in the cooler area around 57 degrees. So most of the area shows temperatures in the upper 50s to lower 60s for our region tonight. And then looking at the radar right now, we do have looking from afar, there's a big band of storms crossing over to the north of Rhinelander, and it looks like they're just now coming into north of Green Bay. So taking a closer look, we can see that these storms right now are producing a lot of rain right by Eagle River, and they just passed north of Rhinelander, so we got a few showers here and there just a few hours ago. And then right now through the Green Bay area, it's going to start dropping a lot of precipitation. But that won't be the only cluster of storms that goes through today. We do have another storm that'll arrive around the midnight hours tonight and bring some gusty winds and heavy rain. Now taking a look ahead, the temperatures for tonight, we're going to be in the upper 50s for most of the night, and then we'll drop to the mid 50s by the 3 to 5 a.m. and then we'll be back up to 60 by 10. Jessica?
Thank you, Chase. Former Wisconsin Justice Michael Gableman's investigation into the 2020 election is over. Republican Assembly Speaker Robin Vos fired the man he hired 14 months ago. As the probe progressed under bipartisan criticism, Vos's relationship soured with Gableman. Vos initially said he was supremely confident in Gableman's abilities, but after Vos's election win Tuesday, he called Gableman a, quote, embarrassment to himself and to the state. Gableman, who has repeated Trump's lies that the 2020 presidential election was stolen, has said that Vos never really wanted a real investigation. Governor Evers told WJFW today it was about time Gableman was fired.
He was trying to find a problem when none existed, and so he should have been fired a long time ago. The more that went on, the more it suppresses the vote, because people think, oh my God, there's something going on there. But nothing happened. It was fair, secure, safe elections.
Gableman's investigation has cost Wisconsin taxpayers more than $1 million, and he found no evidence of widespread election fraud. Governor Evers visited the Rhinelander Cafe and Pub this afternoon. He was joined by Attorney General Josh Kaul and candidate for Lieutenant Governor Sarah Rodriguez. Rodriguez won against her opponent, paying her in the Tuesday primary election. She's a freshman state legislator from Milwaukee. Rodriguez says she's excited to join the governor on the Democratic ticket this November.
So I am so excited to join Governor Evers on the ballot. I am ready to go across the state and talk to folks to see what their concerns are and to make sure that we're representing those concerns. And, you know, Governor Evers has done amazing things for Wisconsin.
Evers, Kaul, and Rodriguez also made a campaign stop in Superior and Wausau today. Republican gubernatorial candidate Tim Michels is campaigning as well. He's been at the Wisconsin State Fair with his running mate, State Senator Roger Roth. Roth is from Appleton and entered state politics in 2007. He also served in Iraq as part of the Wisconsin Air National Guard. Roth is excited to run alongside Tim Michels.
When I found out it was going to be Tim Michels, my heart skipped a beat. I mean, this is a guy who's kind of after my own heart, businessman, military guy. That's my background, too.
Roth comes from a family of politicians. His uncle Toby was a congressman in Wisconsin in the 80s and 90s. Governor Tony Evers has filled the vacancy in the Oneida County Court. Mary Roth Burns of Pine Lake will take over the seat left by Judge Patrick O'Melia. She's the first female judge in the history of Oneida County and will complete a term ending July 31st next year. Burns has worked for the Wisconsin State Public Defender's Office from 2008 to last year. She then opened her own practice in Rhinelander. Burns has been working to implement a treatment court in Oneida County. A group of Wisconsin scientists believe they may have discovered a breakthrough in the fight to slow down climate change. For the past 5 years, a botanist at the University of Wisconsin and his team of scientists have been studying plant genes with the goal of helping the planet. Greenhouse gases like carbon dioxide play a big part in rising temperatures across the globe. And plants naturally absorb some of that CO2, store it, and convert it into what's known as aromatic compounds. The scientists found a way to increase the amount of CO2 plants can capture through gene editing.
If we can utilize this technology and translate into actual plants or the crops that we can grow in a larger scale, then we may have quite drastic impacts overall. Okay.
He says the gene mutations are not ready to be introduced on a wide scale just yet. Patchouli Garden in Park Falls specializes in soaps, candles, and aromatherapy. Its thriving online store that has led to business's expansion. After founder Linda Dayton retired 2 decades after ownership, Tara Turvitt took over as owner for the woman-run store.
Patchouli Garden, we're a woman-owned, woman-run company, and we specialize in Indonesian patchouli products. We make over 300 products in our store. So it's been really exciting. We've had an influx in orders, so we decided to expand our production. We thought about moving, but we're like, we have a big 1,200 square foot garage right here, so like, why not just expand from that and remodel that? So that's what we're doing.
In 2021, Patchouli Garden became federally trademarked. An investigation is underway after a vehicle plows into a crowded building. Coming up, how much damage it caused and what we know so far. That's after weather right here on Newswatch 12.
Mel's Trading Post, a downtown Rhinelander landmark locally owned for over 70 years. Get your spring and summer sporting goods with ease from our experienced staff and get expert advice. Come down and see our great selection, open 7 days a week for your convenience.
Oh boy, would you look at that field goal he kicked right there?
That looks fantastic. Boy, it looks like you need to stop at Tomahawk Furniture and Gun.
Furniture and guns?
They've got everything you need at great prices. Recliners, sofas, mattresses.
And guns?
Ripco
Ripco Credit Union.
Did you know that Ripco Credit Union has been around for 90 years? That covers generations of members, people we've stood by and stood behind every step of the way. If you're in the market for a financial institution you can trust, one with deep roots in the communities we serve and an attitude of excellence, give Ripco a chance and we'll give you our best. Ripco Credit Union, Rhinelander and Eagle River, federally insured by NCUA.
An attitude of excellence. Ripco Credit Union.
I'm Tim Michaels. I'm not a politician. I'm a businessman who helped build a great Wisconsin company and created thousands of jobs. Tony Evers, Joe Biden, they're two peas in a pod. Both career politicians and way over their head, failing the country and the state of Wisconsin. That's why I'm running. We need to have strong, proven executive leadership in Madison that can get things done and make this state as great as it can be.
Mel's Trading Post, a downtown Rhinelander landmark locally owned for over 70 years. Get your spring and summer sporting goods with ease from our experienced staff and get expert advice. Come down and see our great selection, open 7 days a week for your convenience.
Welcome back. Hope you all had a good Friday out there today. The city lights are shining bright tonight, but what you can't see there are some storms rolling in. Just north of Rhinelander right now, we did have a band of rain travel just north of Rhinelander. It's going to hit Green Bay right now. It's going to be dropping rain just north of that. If we take a closer look, we can see right now that it just hit Eagle River, and it's producing some more rain just to the east of that. And as it's traveling, it's going to hit the Green Bay area pretty hard. Might drop a lot of precipitation over there. But that is not the only cluster of storms that's coming in tonight. Looks like around the midnight hours, we do have another decently sized cell that may drop some heavy rain and bring some gusty winds around Rhinelander and Wausau. So around the midnight hours, be aware of that storm coming in tonight. Other than that, let's take a look at the future rainfall totals for these storms passing through tonight. We can see that Wausau is going to get close to an inch. Most of the rain, though, is going to hit this Green Bay area. We can see we're going to get around 1.25 inches. So a lot of the rain will be concentrated around that area. Rhinelander seems to be just over 1/4 inch, so won't have much rain in our area tonight, but most of that will be central Wisconsin and around the Green Bay area. So be prepared for the rain tonight. As we have the wind speeds, though, they're much more on the calmer end. You can see in Rhinelander, we only got 3 miles per hour and then 5 miles per hour in Eagle River. So winds aren't ramping up too much tonight with these storms. So that's never a bad thing for us. Now, looking at the temperatures now, we are on the cooler end tonight. Rhinelander is sitting at 60 degrees. And then, looks like this much area right south of Rhinelander is all around 60. Wausau is actually got 63, a little warmer down there. Lando Lake's at 58. So much of our temperatures are in the upper 50s to lower 60s tonight. Taking a look at the temperature trend for the rest of this week, we will have another cool day tomorrow with a high of 67, but the rest of the week does show temperatures that are going to be in the upper 70s, so we will have some beautiful weather coming up for the rest of the week. Now, the humidity with those temperatures are going to be on the comfortable end. We may get pretty close to muggy tomorrow, but it looks like we'll be in the close to 60 right here, so it may get a little muggy, but throughout the rest of the week, it's going to bump in between, the mid-50s, so it will be very pleasant weather out there. It won't be too muggy or sticky. Now, going into tonight's forecast, we do have those showers and thunderstorms coming in around the midnight hours, and we'll have a low of 55 degrees. Looking into tomorrow, the high will only reach 67. It will be mostly cloudy, and there'll be a few showers before the noon hours, and then we do have some winds from the east at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Now, taking a look at your 7-day forecast, we do have the rain chance coming in Saturday morning with those lingering showers. Sunday looks to be beautiful out there with highs in the mid-70s. And then Monday through Friday, we see a lot of storms coming. They'll be scattered, and then we'll have some more heavier storms coming in Friday. Jessica?
Thank you, Chase. Multiple people were critically injured Friday after a car crashed into a building in Virginia. It happened at a pub in Arlington. Officials say 4 people were taken to the hospital with serious injuries and more were treated at the scene. The crash also sparked a structure fire, which has since been put out. It's unclear what led to that crash. The man accused of fatally stabbing a teenager and injuring 4 others in Wisconsin's Apple River made a court appearance today. Nikolai Mew of Prior Lake, Minnesota, is being held on $1 million bond. The 52-year-old is facing 1 count of first-degree homicide and 4 counts of attempted first-degree homicide. According to court documents, Mew told authorities that he was looking for a missing cell phone and was approached by a crowd who accused him of being a child molester. Mew said he was fighting in self-defense, but eyewitnesses say Mew instigated the situation by hitting a woman in the group. The FBI has seen an increase in threats since the search of Mar-a-Lago. A law enforcement source says it's investigating a, quote, unprecedented number of threats against the Bureau's personnel and property. The names of 2 agents who signed the search warrant paperwork at Donald Trump's Florida home are circulating online. While the documents released by the court redacted the names, a version had leaked prior to the official unsealing. The FBI declined to comment on any specific threats. The economic uncertainty is affecting dogs and cats, too. Animal shelters across the country are blaming inflation and rising rent for an increase in owners surrendering their pets. In response, Jacksonville, Florida shelters are temporarily requiring appointments for people giving up their dogs and cats. This comes after the shelter had more than 1,300 former pets that were surrendered to the Humane Society. Many animal welfare groups do provide free pet food to families in need. NASA says a red giant star is recovering its mass after it literally blew its top. This is an illustration of the gigantic surface mass ejection that happened in 2019. Astronomers say it's something they've never seen before. According to NASA, the colossal star lost a substantial part of its visible surface during a surface mass ejection and has been slowly growing dim for years. Now NASA says the star's outer layers may be back to normal as it tries to rebuild itself, but its surface still remains bouncy and unsettled due to the ejection. High school football season is just around the corner. Coming up on Newswatch 12, Griffin Stroyne will have a look at some of the scrimmages that happened today across the area.
Oh, wow. Packer scratch games are back, and there's a chance to win 2 season tickets for 2 years?
Piggies in a blankie.
Thank you.
Wisconsin Lottery Packers scratch games are back with instant cash prizes and a bonus drawing for 2 Packer season tickets for 2 years. With prizes this exciting, everything feels like an opportunity for a big play. Available at Wisconsin Lottery retailers.
All right, go Pack Go, man.
In his Wisconsin, teens can buy AR-15s, but laws that stop domestic abusers from getting guns won't happen here. Our taxes could go up $500 million, and we help fund Milwaukee private schools while our public schools go broke. And fake election investigations?
Was the election rigged? Was the election stolen?
They go on forever. That's Tim Michael's radical divisive agenda, but we don't have to take it, because it's not his Wisconsin, it's yours.
It's Slumberland's anniversary sale, and to celebrate, we're stacking the deals. Buy any sofa or sectional and get 20% off your second purchase. Now for the stacking, get another 20% off both items.
20 plus another 20?
Yep, and there's more. Buy any recliner or accent chair and get 20% off your second purchase. And stack an additional 20% off both items.
Discounts? On top of discounts?
Plus, we are still offering great special financing at Slumberland Furniture.
At Schrader's, we love summer, and it shows. Find a beautiful dress for that warm weather event. Shorts and tops in the latest trends. Keen sandals and Lake Girl. And get the perfect gift for that summer wedding.
You'll always find something new to love at Schrader's in Anago.
Let's dive into Lake Minocqua for an evening showing of the great outdoors, August 13th at Torpy Park. Watch the movie from on land, by boat, or float in the water. Pre-show beach party starts at 5:30 p.m. For ticket and event information, visit letsminocqua.com/dive-in.
Lance Truck. Lance Truck. We got the truck track. Lance Truck.
Nobody has more used trucks all on one lot, all priced to move. So when you're ready to buy your next truck, know that all Lens trucks are fully inspected, certified clean, and can be bought hassle-free online. Go now to lenstruck.com. You'll find over 800 used trucks, all priced to move.
We got the truck track. Lance Truck.
Sports Watch 12 with Griffin Stroin starts now.
The high school football season starts 1 week from today, and teams are starting to get back in shape for week 1. There were a number of teams hosting scrimmages today. First, we went to Tomahawk to cover them, Colby, Rib Lake, and Wittenberg, Burnhamwood. But now it's in Minocqua to cover the scrimmage between Lakeland Union, Rhinelander, and Northland Pines. The Eagles didn't play last year, but are looking to get some reps in this season. The Hodags took the Axe home the past 2 years against Lakeland Union, but the Thunderbirds say their goal is to bring it back to Minocqua. The Hodags, coming off a stellar 8-2 season last year, have a different goal in mind.
Our goal is to make the playoffs, and we've been able to do so the last few years. I know these guys are hungry for it, and that's kind of the main goal. So we want to make sure that we win our 3-4 conference games.
Rhinelander was only 1 game short of winning the Great Northern Conference last year. Usually, if you get that close to a conference title, it should be all you can think about during the offseason. But Coach Kramer and the Hodags are focused on taking things right now.
No, I wouldn't say that winning a conference championship is even in our minds at this point. It's literally being the best we can be tonight, being the best we can be next week, and every single week doing the same. Otherwise, you get ahead of yourselves, and I don't think it's necessarily healthy to think that way.
Coach Kramer says that he wants his team to not worry about the future and take it 1 game at a time. The Hodags take on Tomahawk next Friday in Mike Webster Stadium. Packers football is officially back. The Green and Gold took the field for the first time this season. Preseason game number 1 against the 49ers. Beautiful San Francisco. Packers down 3 here. Check out the ball from starting quarterback Jordan Love to Romeo Dobbs. That's a 33-yard touchdown. But I'll be honest, Love kind of struggled in today's game. He threw 3 interceptions in total. That one, not on him. The tight end Trevor Davis should have made that catch. And then a little bit later on, 3rd and 5, Romeo Dobbs, it looks like he comes down with this completion, but we're going to see it in replay. That ball gets wrestled away from him and would be ruled another interception for Love. So those first 2, I'm not putting on him. But this one, the 3rd of the day, yeah, I'll be honest, that one is on him. He could have done a much better ball. But hey, to end the second half, this is where he's got another great connection. This one is with Danny Davis, 33 yards out again for the score. Love finished 13 of 24, 176 yards. This game is still going on, but the Packers are up 21-20. This may be the most important series the Brewers play in all season long. The Crew are in St. Louis taking on the Cardinals, and Milwaukee finds themselves only a half game back in the NL Central standings entering tonight's game. First inning, Paul Goldschmidt. He is going to demolish this ball into left center field. I mean, that's a great start if you're a Cardinals fan. Horrible for the Crew. They are down 2-0. Then in the 5th, they're going to have a shot to get on the scoreboard here, but Jordan Montgomery stopping that with a strikeout on Luis Urias. And then in the 6th, Nolan Arenado. He's going to get in on the action. The 2 biggest stars for the Cardinals showing out in this ball game to increase their lead to 3. The bench is loving it. And then in the 7th, the Brewers are finally going to get on the board with a single right here into left field. It's going to put in a run, but that's all Milwaukee's going to put on the plate. They fall in this game 3-1. Now, most college students who study abroad spend their time drinking and partying in Europe, but for the Wisconsin men's basketball team, they're working. The Badgers have been in France this past week, taking on some of the country's best basketball teams. They beat Paris Towers on Wednesday, and today they took down Lyon 80-68. Tyler Wall led the team with 12 points. Jessica, what a cool experience for Wisconsin. Go Badgers, or should I say, Ali Blahor.
What an amazing experience. Thank you, Griffin. A new store is officially open. Coming up on Newswatch 12, how the Tomahawk business is filling a need.
I'm Tammy Harn. For the first time in Harn's Furniture's 48-year history, I'm introducing outdoor furniture. On sale now, Amish-made outdoor polywood furniture while supplies last at Harn's Furniture, half-mile from Fleet Farm, Wausau.
It's summertime at the Rhinelander Brewery, featuring live music and open to enjoy 7 days a week. Come in and enjoy snacks and our rotating local beer selection. Grab your favorite food at CT's Deli and bring it in to enjoy. Fill up your growler or howler from the beers exclusive to our tap room. We have a large selection of apparel, so shop with your 4-legged friends because we are dog-friendly. Rhinelander Brewery is looking to enjoy your summer with you.
Is this the new phone?
Yeah.
With US Cellular, I got to pick any phone that I wanted for free. And I was already a customer.
Any brand? With any size?
I got exactly what I wanted. Big screen, big storage. I cannot remember the last time I had so many different options.
At US Cellular, new and current customers can get any phone from any brand free.
Are you actually texting them?
I don't know. I just thought I would just...
US Cellular, where every plan is price protected.
Hi, I'm Scott.
I'm Allie.
And this is our family from Shoulders RV and Marine. If this year's taught us anything, we believe it's taught us we need to get back to the good old days of enjoying the outdoors, camping, boating, and buying from small businesses. Here at Shoulders RV and Marine, we happen to check all of those boxes. Next time you're in the market for a dock or lift, boat, camper, power sports, or nearly anything outdoors, sales, rentals, parts, or service,
We'd love you to think of us.
Shoulders RV and Marine, across from Menards, Rhinelander.
I'm Mandela Barnes. People like Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, Rashida Tlaib, Ilhan Omar, they're bringing big, bold ideas to Capitol Hill.
Radical ideas funded by the taxpayers.
Free public higher education. We need an immigration system that says that no human being is illegal. We can start by making sure that immigrants have access to driver's licenses and in-state college tuition.
And guess who's going to pay for all that? Wisconsin Truth Pack is responsible for the content of this advertising.
I'm Tammy Harn. For the first time in Harn's Furniture's 48-year history, I'm introducing outdoor furniture. On sale now, Amish-made outdoor polywood furniture while supplies last at Harn's Furniture, half-mile from Fleet Farm, Wausau.
Earlier today, the Tomahawk Chamber of Commerce welcomed Willis Qualheim and his new True Value hardware store to the Tomahawk community. After 6 weeks of preliminary opening and months of construction and remodeling, Tomahawk's Qualheim's True Value is officially open for business.
Today is our grand opening. We've actually been open for about 6 weeks, but this is the kickoff to get us really going and show the community we're here and invite you to come on in and let us help you.
Owner Qualheim spoke about the process of making the hardware store what it is today. He said without the help of the community, this big project could not have been done.
The process started in January, layouts and remodeling within the store, and it's been an ongoing process ever since. We're still waiting on some various things, but it's getting there, and it's a work in progress.
Qualheim's has locations all across the Northwoods. There's still time to register for an event benefiting local charities in the Northwoods. This Sunday is the annual Running Bear Triathlon. The scenic race will start with a bicycle race in the village of Three Lakes and end with a swim. The proceeds will benefit Rhinelander YMCA Camp Scholarships, Three Eagle Trails, and Three Lakes Youth Athletics. Registration will begin at 9 a.m. and the race will start at 11. We'll have one last look at weather after the break, but first, here's a look at this week's Big Old Fish.
Newswatch 12's Big Old Fish is brought to you by Kurt's Island Sports Shop in Minocqua.
You're going to need a bigger boat.
Hey, do y'all know the best way to get to Canada? Why, following the Northern Pike, of course. All right. I'm going to move on and just do this week's episode of Big Old Fish. And we start this week with Aiden, who was visiting from Mattoon, Illinois to fish with his aunt and uncle. Now, this was his first time catching a northern, and look at that smile. He couldn't have been happier. Well, of course. That's a big old fish. Way to go. Keep on reeling them in. Next up, we have Cashton Lenz, who was fishing from his grandpa's rock sofa when this absolute tank of a walleye took his night crawler. Incidentally, it measured in at 24 inches with a 12-inch girth. And it goes on to say that him and his dad took some photos and then released the fish to fight another day. Now, how cool is that? Well, anyway, way to go. That is one big old fish. Keep on reeling them in. And finally, in this week's Big Old Fish, we have Reed Dotter, who is 3 years old. Yep, you heard that right, 3 years old. Anyway, back in May, he was fishing the Wisconsin River near Tomahawk when he hooked and reeled in his very first fish. They're coaching him the entire time, which is really awesome, making memories. That is one big old fish, Reed. Way to go. Keep on reeling them in. All right, fishermen and women, make sure to keep those trophy pictures coming. All the information you need to be in a future episode of Big Old Fish and win a Norling Taxidermy Fish Mill is on our website, WJFW.com. And remember, anglers, fish on.
The sun is setting on Toyota's national sales event. Wait, they have until September 6th.
Get 1.9% APR for 48 months on Toyota's most popular 2022 models. Toyota, let's go places.
I'm a mom of 4 kids. We have 1 in high school, a toddler, and our latest addition, 7-month-old twins. I can appreciate the impacts of inflation. DC liberals just keep spending. All that money isn't free, and families are paying the price. Senator Ron Johnson is fighting to help Wisconsin families. He voted against reckless spending that caused inflation and to cut waste in Washington. Tell Senator Ron Johnson to keep fighting to stop the spending and hold DC liberals accountable.
Hi, I'm Kristen from Sleep Central on Highway 51 South in Minocqua, your bedding and futon headquarters. We carry the largest selection of name brand mattresses in northern Wisconsin, in stock and ready for immediate delivery. Beautyrest, Sealy, Serta, Stearns & Foster, and Tempur-Pedic. We also have a huge selection of accessories to complement your bedding purchase. Sleep Central also carries a wide variety of futons and unique bedroom furniture with quality all-wood construction. Better sleep, pain-free, that's our promise at Sleep Central in Minocqua, your one-stop sleep shop.
Today, it seems everyone can be their own service technician thanks to the internet. From servicing their own cars and engines to home remodels and projects, people are trying a little of everything. Here at Maher Water Corporation, we employ nationally certified and factory-trained technicians to keep your water treatment systems working to their full lives. We will treat you like our own family.
So if you want us to service your equipment, give us a call. But if you're the fix-it-yourself kind of person, we'll enjoy your funny video clips.
I love this state. Knock on any door in any county, and you'll find good-hearted, hard-working folks. People whose businesses are proudly helped as Lieutenant Governor. Hard work needs to be respected again, with fair wages and opportunities to get ahead. That's how my parents opened doors for me. My mom was a teacher, and my dad worked third shift. I'm not one of these millionaires. I'll work just as hard for you as you work for your family. I'm Mandela Barnes, and I approve this message.
The sun is setting on Toyota's national sales event. Wait, they have until September 6th.
Get 1.9% APR for 48 months on Toyota's most popular 2022 models. Toyota, let's go places.
The Central Wisconsin Military Show live auction Friday at 4 p.m. Huge military swap meet both days. Saturday is Family Day with scavenger hunt for the kids.
Well, we've all heard the excuse, the dog ate my homework, but what about the dog ate my lottery ticket? That's what officials at Oregon Lottery heard this week. They received a letter with a torn-up ticket and a picture of 2 dogs. The couple says they left the ticket out and the puppies got to it. Turns out they had an $8 winner on their hands, so they still got their money. Look at that, how lucky.
Only $8 though?
$8.
Okay,
you know, you think it'd be something bigger, but it's
not
fine.
the biggest deal, but you know, $8 is still $8.
Yeah, you can still buy something with it, so it's not bad. So how's our storms looking?
Yeah, we do have a storm actually coming in soon, so it looks like around the midnight hours tonight we'll see a strong cell. It's going to bring some gusty winds and heavy rain, but other than that, it shouldn't be too severe, so nothing really to worry about. No tornadoes coming or anything like that. But as we take a look into our 7-day, we do have them storms lingering into tomorrow morning, but then the Sunday is going to be beautiful with mid-70s, and the rest of the week we'll have scattered showers and thunderstorms, and some may be heavy on Friday.
Well, at least we're seeing some of those 70s, so that'll be nice.
Yes, it will be. Yeah,
well,
everybody enjoys the beautiful weather out there.
That's all the time we have. Have a great weekend. We'll see you back here next week.
It's time to amp up the fun at your local Ford dealer. The summer Supercharged sales event is here. So stop by your Ford dealer today and check out great offers on select Ford vehicles. Then discover how Ford can take your summer to a whole new level. Choose Flex Buy on a 2022 Ford Escape or Edge SUV and get 0% APR financing for 66 months.
Protecting your cargo is a must, because most times it's more than just cargo. It's the memories, friendships, and adventures that are built with it. The late nights and early mornings. The races and renovations. From hitches to ratchet straps and everything in between, we've got what you need to get your cargo there safely. Secure your passion with 11% off Tow Smart, Smart Straps, and Cargo Smart products at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Hypnotize your way to savings.
Breathing techniques to help you save.
Looking to make saving a habit?
Yeah, what's the secret?
No secret. Just open a savings account at BMO and we'll give you a cash reward for every month you save.
A cash reward?
Just for saving.
Mm-hmm. And when you open a checking account, we'll give you a $300 bonus to get your new savings habit started.
Love that.
What's your book?
How to get a $300 bonus and a monthly cash reward for saving with BMO.
He literally wrote the book on saving.
Has me on the cover.
When a bank helps you make real financial progress, that's the BMO effect.
Garden season is here. Stop at 4th Floral on North Brown Street in downtown Rhinelander. For over 120 years, our family has been growing the hardy plants that thrive in northern Wisconsin, all grown on-site in our own greenhouses. Visit us for locally grown flowers, vegetables, and hanging baskets. We have garden accessories and gifts and great gardening advice to make your yard a beautiful oasis. At 4th Floral on North Brown Street